Yes, welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Fernandinho's contract situation at Manchester City. As we all know, it is coming to an end. Fernandinho's career at City, sad times, because he's been such a legend for the club. You know what I mean? He's been so sick. Before we get into it, this video has been sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball have an incredible app that you can download. You get all the transfer news. You get all stats about players. You can get any lineups that you want. You can pick any team as your favorite team, so you don't have to be a City fan. And it's all around the best football app out there to go and get. It's completely free, easy to download. The link is in the description, QR code on screen. It's honestly the best app that you can get. We use it all the time during matches. You'll often hear Lewis during our live watch-alongs say about passing stats and stuff like that. If you want to go get that yourself during games and tell us, then you can do. Like I say, link is in the description. It's also the pinned comment. Right, moving on. Fernandinho. His days are numbered, as it seems, as a Manchester City player. His contract situation runs out very, very soon. It's in June. So, you know what I mean? We could be looking at the final days of Fernandinho. There's been rumours of replacements for Fernandinho or going getting like a high-profile centre defensive mid. And now it's just this whole conversation is pretty much just about what we do in regards to that. Because in the summer, we're going to go big. We're going to be going big in it, going getting Erling Haaland. And as much as the transfer fee for that will be, do you know what I mean, say 65 million or whatever it is for his release clause, there's a lot of cash going into, say, like the other fundamentals of it. Looking like a £200 million deal with his wages taken into account and the money that Raiola gets and Alf gets. So, are we going to be looking at spending big on a CDM if Fernandinho leaves? I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. And I hear Declan Rice's name being thrown about, but I feel like that's going to be like a 90 to £100 million signing. I think you'll get rinsed. The English tax on that will be quite big. You know what I mean? And then you're in a weird position because Rodri's playing most of our games this season. So what do? Are you going to sign someone to replace Rodri, or are you signing someone to be the backup to Rodri? And then also, where do you draw the line of that? At the moment, we've got a pretty chill balance at the moment. It's chill for us as City fans, as we have Fernandinho, who he's looking a bit leggy recently. He seemed decent in some games, but he is. You can see a definitely dip in performances from him. So, and you can tell that with Pep, most of his games have come from off the bench. Now, but we have that good dynamic of, we have Fernandinho there if needed, but we also are using our main man, which is Rodri. I absolutely love Rodri. I think he's world class. I think his performances recently have taken a little bit of a dip, bit of a wobble from him, but for the most of the season, he has been world class. So that's pretty much kept Fernandinho out of the side. Now, what do you do with that? Like, are you going to go sign someone like Declan Rice, spend loads of cash on it? Do you know what I mean? Even more money, even after signing Erling Haaland and the size of that deal. People saying that we might be looking for a left back. It's a weird one. Or the alternative is you can extend Fernandinho for another year. Now, Fernandinho has come out and he has said that nothing has been presented to him as of yet. He's pretty much said they'll have to have a conversation. He'll sit down with his family, have a conversation about the whole thing, and then towards the end of the season, I mean, like towards like right at the end, they'll look at it. I don't think the City will present anything yet. I think it'll be a very much last minute thing. I think if you remember last year, he was looking at his options, whether he wanted to leave or not. I think Pep's someone who wants him to stay. I think from stuff that you've heard him say. I think he'd like him to maybe switch from playing and then into a coaching role. If that does happen, then you'd obviously have to look at a replacement CDM. But again, sentimental wise here, if you sign him down to another year, it'll be his 10th season at City. Which would be wild. It'd be wild for him to get his 10 years in. Do you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that's right. Unless this is 10th. But I think this might be his 9th, and then that'll be his 10th season, which would be that'd be incredible to get. You know what I mean? To get a testimonial and that. He's been a fantastic servant to the club. But it's just if people think that that's the right thing to do. You've also got other players that you can go for. Like I say, you can dip into the transfer market. maybe earlier in the season, or maybe in summer, towards the back end of the summer, we kind of heard Calvin Phillips rumors coming out, and now I see a lot of people saying like, nah, don't get this guy. But I also see the opposite of that, of people just saying, yeah, he'll be decent. And now I'm not sure on this. I haven't watched him too much to have like a full blown opinion or a full blown agenda against Calvin Phillips, but he's a name that gets touted about there. Now, I think this is one for you guys in the comments to leave in the comment section below, isn't it? Like, would you want Fernandinho to stay an extra year, or do you think now is the time to say goodbye? Do you think now's the perfect time for him to move on? He can go play back in Brazil if he wants to carry on playing, or he can move maybe into a coaching role under Pep Guardiola, which we know that he kind of wants him to do. It's a weird one for me. I think it's all down to the player. It's all down to the player whether he wants it, because it was close last year. It was close. There were some clubs after him last year. It was close for him to leave. So I think he might call it this year, especially with him having reduced game time. He's seen Rodri play a lot more. I think he might call it this year, and he might say, you know what, I'm going to go back to Brazil and carry on playing football, be with with his family and that. I think that could be a shout. I think that's the way I see this going, and City might then dip into the market for a CDM. Obviously, we do have academy prospects like young Lavia. I'm not sure about him. We've not seen anything of him. I thought we'd see something in the Champions League, but we haven't. So we might actually see us look into the centre defensive mid market, and I just want to know from you guys, innit? Who do you see as a potential CDM who can come into the club? And do you want someone who's going to take Rodri's place? Or do you want someone to kind of sit behind Rodri in the pecking order? Someone who's going to have, like, do you know what I mean, a bit, basically be accepting of that Rodri's the main man. You've got to do bits to get above Rodri, but Rodri is our main man right now, because our system works with Rodri in this side. So it's a weird one. Let me know in the comment section below, innit? Just to let you know, by the way, there's a live stream, which is tomorrow night, which is the Big Steve show. We all know you love the Big Steve show, him and Lewis. I absolutely love it. The conversations that them two have. That'll be scheduled later on tonight. So make sure you know what I mean, you go check that out, like the stream and that. That's tomorrow night. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be absolutely sick. But yeah, comment section below. Who can replace Fernandinho at CDM? And I'll see you in the next one.